In less than a week, I'm heading to Japan for the Japan Mobility Show, aka the Tokyo Motor Show. And what we see on the screen here are new concept models coming from Toyota. We have an electric Supra, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. Over at the Toyota newsroom, towards the future of a one-of-a-kind cherished vehicles aligned with personal values, we have two new concepts that are going to be unveiled there, at least two, because if we look at some of the images that we've had that were already shared to us about Toyota's booth, they kind of had the Ranga, which is a customizable little pickup truck for Southeast Asia. They're going to have all the Crown models there. They're going to have, people dancing and break dancing on stage, apparently. I'm excited for these two little vans. We won't get them in America, unfortunately. Behind here is the electric Hilux, the Land Cruiser lineup 70 series, etc. But we didn't know what was going to be underneath the drapes here of these two concept models here on the center stage. Let's get into the FTSE first. Now, FT stands for Future Toyota. Lexus use LF for Lexus Future for their concepts. SE, you can say, well, it stands for Supra or it stands for sports. So E only makes sense as electric in my opinion. So let's go ahead and read about the FTSE and then we'll break down the images and then we'll head on over to the FT3E as well. A high-performance sports BEV model proposed as one of the options for sports cars in a carbon-neutral era, incorporating the expertise gained in the Toyota Gazoo racing efforts to make ever better cars through motorsports. Pursuing future handling, stability, and aerodynamic performance, the FTSE shares major components with the FT3E, which again, both of these cars are next generation. So they're on GigaPress and next generation batteries, etc., that will be coming out in 2026 and beyond. All right, so Toyota set out to create a car that continues to grow with driver through software updates, and they'll be using the Arene software as well, which is Toyota's next generation software. And you could say it's first generation for them to have like a software defined vehicle, which for the first time it will be happening in 2026. All right, so we have wide and low proportions along with sleek cutting edge silhouette, reducing aerodynamic drag. The next generation cockpit offers intuitive controls and a more immersive driving experience. A low instrument panel profile ensures high visibility. Newly designed knee pads protect the body from G-forces during driving. Okay, so let's get into the images here. From the back, it screams Supra to me, mainly because of this duckbill spoiler kind of built in the reduced roofline or the sloping roofline here in the back. We have these boomerang rear taillights that swoop up as well. It kind of reminds me of the Lexus UX in some ways. But it's not a full light bar that goes across. Now, I'm also getting kind of like Nissan 350 and 370Z vibes on the back panel here. As we get closer, the handles suck into the door, as well as the GR badge up here. We actually have side mirrors instead of digital side mirrors. Also, it looks like we have a fully glass roof here. As you can see the rear seats. Obviously, it's a rear windshield, but check out above the pillar here. This is also glass. So I think it's going to be a fully glass roof on this concept. All right, on the inside, this is a strange situation going on. Let's start with the steering wheel. It's got to be steering by wire if you have a yoke like this. Just a couple buttons, it seems like, at the top here, GR in the middle. And then on the left, you have a screen. On the right, you have a screen. They almost look like phones. If you were to use Android Auto, it would be over here on the right-hand side. You can see the navigation circle right here, actually, and then a climate control, home, etc. So this screen is actually customizable. You can see a plus button here. On the left, I would assume, you see the light button here. So I would assume your safety controls are going to be on this side. And then behind the steering wheel, kind of like the BZ4X and the Prius, we have this screen back here that gives you information. But look, we have a blurred out image of this concept. And it looks like part of the hood is going to be blacked out as well. And it is hard to see this is way too blurry to get any sort of information out of the front here, but it doesn't look like it has a head-up display because the screen is situated so close to the glass. And this area right here is just since you don't have a screen in this area, it's like Toyota has forgotten what to put in a car. It's so strange looking to me, but I want to compare it to another model, ladies and gentlemen. This was shown to us in 2021. This was kind of like that electric MR2 concept. We just have a few images of it. This is not the same car. There are similarities with the blacked out roof, but this is more of a mid-engine sort of proportions where obviously if we look at this, front engine, rear wheel drive sort of more traditional coupe like we have with the Supra. So no doubt this is a Supra up top and this is more of an MR2 at the bottom. And there are talks about the MR. Make sure to watch my MR2 video, as well as in that same video, we talk about the Celica returning. And let me know what you guys think of it down below. We'll have the full reveal. I don't know if Toyota's going to reveal preliminary specs, like what they would expect for acceleration or range, things of that nature. We know that the batteries coming out in 2026 with this new platform are going to be far superior to what we have on offer today, as well as more affordable. As much as the enthusiast me is excited about this electric Supra, which who knows what the next Supra is going to be. This could be a generation after the upcoming. It's just so hard to say with electrification. Or maybe they have two Supras at the same time, one electric, one gasoline. Who knows? But let's get into the FT3E. And the FT3E is going to be the one potentially a mass market EV. It's a little bit smaller than the BZ4X. And what do we have going on? Well, it's a next generation BEV concept that will enrich customers' daily lives with a new driving experience and personalized services by innovative technologies. That doesn't get me that excited. But it also contributes to achieving carbon neutrality by creating a better world by connecting a society as a transfer medium for energy and data from vehicle and its surroundings. So a lot of vehicle to load situation going on. We know Honda's working on that intensively. And data, yes, lots of data being shared in the now and in the future. All right, design. An exterior design that combines both advanced styling and aesthetics while keeping the lines and surfaces that make up the body as simple as possible. Digital displays running from the lower side body to the upper door provide information, including battery charge, onboard temperature, and interior air quality when the driver approaches the car. Yes, Momo?
Me on my bill.
You ate? Do you want more food?
No, me. I'll put my bill and eat.
You put it in the sink, and I thank you for cleaning up. You don't want any sausage or eggs?
No.
Okay.
So tell me how cookie or no.
No, it's too early for cookies, honey. Okay, so on the back, light bar. This looks like to be the charging port. So it is possible that Toyota with the next generation BEVs is changing the charging port from up here, like it is on the BZ4X, and there's no cutout here, guys, on the front of the vehicle. Looks like they can be moving it to the back. Does that mean they're going to be moving the NACS standard in North America? I have no idea. They seem to be the last automaker to get on board with that. I think it's just a matter of time. I don't know if NACS is a thing and if Tesla has their own superchargers in Japan at all. Japan they're so far behind with electrification, but they do have CHAdeMO, which is completely outdated at this point. Yeah, so I don't know what to think of the charging port. I'll see you guys down below, but it's in the back, it looks like. If we looked at this car, it doesn't look like the charging port is in the rear unless it's somewhere in this portion. So I guess as a concept, it doesn't really matter that much anyways. This is actually looking similar to me to a concept that we had years ago. I don't know if Toyota ever had a name for it, but it was this car right here. Obviously, the design has changed quite a bit, but I would say the silhouette and the exterior dimensions look fairly similar between these two concept models. All right, back to the FT3E. Diffuser here at the bottom. I don't know if this is going to be a wireless charging. We've seen that before on previous Lexus concepts, but I thought it was going to be the rear light, but I looked at this and the rear tail light is up here at the top. This actually might be an eye scanner as well, or a fingerprint scanner. So I am interested to see and hear more about that. All right, back to this. We have actually a little bit of Hyundai Ioniq seeping in. Look at these square LEDs in the back. Toyota illuminated emblem. When was the last time you saw an illuminated Toyota emblem on the back of a car? I don't know if it's ever happened. Typically, we either have the Toyota badge or on like the Toyota pickup truck. Sometimes it'll say Toyota, but yeah, very different there. Going down below, we have illumination here. which I would assume these could also double as the rear turn indicators. Now, this is just a single LED up here for the rear brake light. It looks like with the third brake light because these look like reflections. And like the BZ4X, we have these really aggressive wing tips. It's kind of like that built-in spoiler on the top of the liftback. As aggressive as the rear area looks, probably for aerodynamics, the rest of it looks very pedestrian in terms of the design. It's kind of bubbly, and we got maybe a really short overhang here, which is great because it allows more interior space and a shorter overall vehicle in theory. But we have this accent lighting on the side of the car that says BEV, these racing stripe lines, and then you have this information panel that tells you the quality of the air. This looks like it says co-pilot right here, or it could actually say CO2 or something. I'm not sure. Battery percentage, other information will pop up there. So it's a little bit like the Afeela car from Honda and Sony, but that information panel's on the front of the car, while this one's on the side of the car. So yeah, there's our two concepts. Hopefully we get more concepts than just these two from Toyota at the Tokyo Mobility Show. We know Lexus is going to show potentially up to 4 different concepts. So with Toyota, it's probably just going to be 2, since with these images, they just show 2 vehicles under wraps. So don't want to get my hopes up for anything more than that, but an electric Supra is pretty exciting. And this is kind of like Corolla Cross size electric vehicle that could actually be as roomy as the BZ4X on the inside, since it is on a next generation skateboard platform. So guys, hopefully we get a lot more information other than just design talk about these when these are revealed at the Tokyo Mobility Show. When could we expect something like these cars to come out? At least 2026 or later, especially for the electric Supra. This car is more of a priority as it is a mass-produced product for the everyday person. This is going to be a much lower volume sports car that's going to cost a heck of a lot more money than this car. So what I want to see, well, 300 miles range minimum, 400 miles range maximum would be pretty sick for a mass market car for Toyota. 250 to 350 horsepower would be excellent. I mean, here's the thing. 300 horsepower is plenty in electric cars, 0 to 65 seconds. So, I mean, you don't need to have that much power. Toyota with the BZ4X, they're like, yeah, no, 214 horsepower is where they max out. And that's still plenty quick compared to most 200 horsepower vehicles in the Toyota lineup. If you look at the RAV4, 0 to 60 on a RAV4 is probably around 8 seconds with the 2.5 liter. But 200 horsepower on the BZ4X gets you to 0 to 60 around 6.5 seconds, if I remember right. So lots of power, lots of electrification coming in the future for Toyota. We want to see better charging, better range, better products on the electrified side, better software. Absolutely. That's one of the things that really disappointed me with the BZ4X. It's very underbaked, but I can't wait to reveal these cars for you guys in about a week from now. So make sure you subscribed. So much to get excited for. I'll catch you in the next one. Smash the like button if you haven't. I'd appreciate that. Have a great day.